Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. At this time of the year, we can get into what I call the weather doldrums in our area where not much is going on, and I don't mind that. And, I'd say I'll check in with you every few days and see if there's any change coming. Not this year. Um, we are in at the moment a very progressive pattern, a very strong jet stream. There's kind of some chilly air to the north, and of course, we know there's extreme heat to the south. That sets up a strong river for the storms to track across. We're in that storm track, and what also happens in this situation is any one pattern doesn't stick around for a real long time. Sticks around for about 7 to 10 days. And that's why I say we're going into a fall preview. I would call it probably from Friday on through next Friday, but it already looks like that kind of cool pattern that's going to drop in over us will back up to the west late next week or the following week, and we might get into some of our hottest weather of the summer so far. So let's get to it. Satellite picture shows we do have sunshine, but we also have quite a bit of cloudiness heading toward Michigan. So increasing clouds for the day today as there's a storm system off to the west. Hey, first, let's say good morning to some folks. Susan Schultz, good morning. Monica Latham from Maryland, good morning. Carl Yo, good morning. Lenox, Michigan. And Kathy Jones, good morning. All right, so radar shows rain to our south and west. That's moving east, may just touch the southern Michigan border. Oh, lost you there for a moment. May just touch the southern Michigan border, but that's about it. And then you see the showers up in Minnesota. That's we'll call it a cold front, but a weak cool front that's dropping through the area tonight and tomorrow. So here we'll get into what you like to see the radar forecast. My studies show that this is kind of the most important thing after the radar. So this is a forecast of what's going to happen. So we go to noon and we got a beautiful Wednesday. And we go to 5 in the afternoon and we've got a beautiful Wednesday. Um, and we go to 10 at night, 11, midnight, 1 in the morning. So the cold front and thunderstorms will be coming across eastern UP, northwest lower, Mackinac City to Charlevoix and Petoskey to Traverse City, down to Ludington. And again, notice that far southern part of the state this evening, right along the border, could get into some scattered showers. Another radar forecast that goes a little bit out farther into the future with a different model. And so this is 7 tomorrow morning, 8, 9, 10. So the northern northeast third of the state gets some thunder showers tomorrow morning. And then as we go into the afternoon, that flares back up in the southeast and around the Ann Arbor and Detroit areas for a couple of scattered evening thunder showers. Here's your Friday morning. Looks nice. Here's your Friday afternoon. Increasing clouds as we get probably a better chance of rain coming in on Friday night or so. Okay, now I just want to show you the upper air pattern. So what you're going to be looking at is 15,000 feet up. You see a lot of black lines. Basically know that the wind flow is parallel to those black lines. The closer those black lines are, that's where the jet stream is, the storm track. You'll see it over the Great Lakes. The hot weather is kind of in a reddish area down to the south, and the cooler weather also on this color bank in a little bit of a reddish area. So it's kind of not a great color bank, but you'll get the picture. Up north, it's cooler than normal. Down south, it's much hotter than normal. And watch the change with me over the next 10 days. And a lot of the models are picking up on this. Oh, and I just closed out. Just hang on with me just a second here. too many tabs open this morning. Is it Friday yet? Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I told you there's a rain coming on Friday night, Saturday, and there's the disturbance. You see this little kink in the jet stream. Notice the heat to the south, somewhat cooler in the north. We're in this closely packed black lines. That's the strong winds aloft that carry the storm systems. And the next one looks fairly substantial as we get into Monday. Now, this model has overdone the last two storms. They've been more of an open wave than a closed one like this shows Monday night. So I would anticipate it's doing its same pitfall, but that's a rain coming through, rain and thunderstorms coming through on Monday. And that reinforces the cooler air. Oh, hold on, it's loading for me. Okay. So that swings through early next week with a rain. And notice the colder pocket, upper level low to the north. And next week, so we get kind of the fall preview. We end it, sorry, bear with me. We end it late next week, and notice the cold air is starting to move back to the west and the heat starting to build. This would be Friday, August 19th, and everything is kind of showing that that's certainly possible. So high temperatures today, low 80s, gorgeous summer weather. Tomorrow, we'll call it 75 to 80 in the north and low 80s in the south. Friday, in the 80s, 70s north. Saturday in the 70s, 60s for highs in the north. Sunday, 72, 73, 74, very common temperature. Of course, with sunshine, it feels warmer than that. Monday, showers around, north winds, 70s in the south, 60s in the north, highs near 60 in the UP. And then next Tuesday in the 70s, next Wednesday in the 70s, next Thursday starting to get to the 80s in the south, and next Friday, as that ridge builds and comes northward, if it does, then we start to get back to summertime heat. Climate Prediction Center is starting to latch onto that idea as well with the 6 to 10 day forecast starting to show slightly above normal temperatures. That would be late next week. And then the 8 to 14 day forecast also showing warmer than normal conditions. All right, I got to shut some tabs down. I apologize. I have too much open, so I'm accidentally closing things. But the point is, a couple of rains, solid rains. Let's call it Thursday is spotty thunder shower activity. Friday night is a solid thunderstorm activity. Monday is a solid thunderstorm activity. And then cool down. And eventually in the extended forecast, it looks like heat's going to probably come back into the area. And certainly we know that late August can be very hot. There's your MLive morning weather update. Have yourselves a great day. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.